All right, just a quick update. I'll probably the next update will be after it's painted, and then after that, once it's in the rig. But I've tore it all down. Let's see, do I have the gears and everything? I've already pressed on the new gears. I got this from Harbor Freight. I use this a lot, especially when I'm doing gearing and any kind of bearing work. It wasn't that much, really, and you just have to have the room and the space. And then I got this new toolkit from Amazon. Super awesome for pulling the bearings and even putting it back on the ring and pinion. This is fantastic. This is a really good kit. It comes with 3 different sizes of these. There's another size in here, the orange one, and then back here is the white one. This is fantastic. And it's just got a little handle here, and you just pull it out. It's heavy duty. It's nice. Here's the slip pin. And it worked really well for getting everything off and done that I needed. You can see I got the bearing off of here with it, and I already pressed the new bearing on. We're just waiting, obviously, for everything to come through. So what we did here was 2 things, or 3 things, maybe even more. I sanded everything down. I wire wheeled everything. I sanded it all down. There was still a little bit of surface rust and stuff left. And what I did was, to get rid of that, I put on, from Eastwood, I got this gel rust dissolver. And you're supposed to leave it on for 8 hours. You just brush it on. It's kind of liquidy. And then you just let it set. And it's really cool. It's pulled everything up. And now I got to rinse it all out and scrape it off. Supposedly, I haven't tried yet, so you can see just kind of rubs off. Let's see if I can just rub it off. Yeah, and it's water based apparently, so they said you could just hose this thing down. So I may take the whole thing outside and hose it down, but it lifts all the rust. And then once we've got this all nice and clean, then I'm just going to use this prep from Eastwood. And this cleans off all the oils and everything before we spray it. And I'm not going to use the Eastwood. I have it, the Eastwood Gloss Black. I am a Pour 15 guy. I love this stuff. And that's what I've painted everything else in. My yoke, the pinion back. And then I just sprayed the axle ends. And then we also sprayed, there's the cat. Sprayed the hubs as well. I love Pour 15. It is so fantastic, and it holds up too. So that's what we're going to spray this in, is Pour 15. We're just getting ready to clean it. And then the other thing that I did, like I mentioned I was going to do before, this was my first shot here, so these welds kind of suck. The other side's a little bit nicer, but I welded my 4-degree shims on here, and then I sanded it down. I should have welded this better and then sanded it so it's nice and smooth and flat. You can see the cracks in there. Not the cracks, but just areas it wasn't filled. I mean, if I was really being picky with this, I could either fill that with weld and re-grind it down, or I could even Bondo those small. But it started getting better as I went. This was my first one. It kind of sucked. And then the second one was way better. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the camera, but it pretty much ground down smooth. Once it's painted, and if you were to fill it in, you would never know. Or, well, you would barely know. I mean, look at some of the factory welds on here. They didn't even complete a lot of them. They're kind of shoddy. So, needless to say. So that's what I did. So I already have the 4-degree shims in here. I drilled out the holes with a 1/2 inch, and it just, you know, took a little bit more off so the pin can get in there okay. If I have to take some more down, that's super simple. I'll just throw another bit in there and grind it. But yeah, we're getting ready to clean this thing off and then give it some paint, and then I'll get back on here. I kept the original cover so that I could use it to just put on here when I'm painting. That way it doesn't get onto the surface or anything. That's a good idea if that's what you've got and you're thinking about it. And then yeah, so we'll paint it, get it back together. I'll probably shoot one more video with it here on the stands, and with the brakes and everything on, and then it goes in the rig. So I'll update you then. All right, I figured I'll splice another update in here. I got everything painted, as you can see. I got the cover on, got the gears installed back in. I'm not going to do a video on that stuff. You can look that up. There's plenty of awesome videos how to install gears in a 14 bolt. Just put the brackets on. I had to paint everything. Hopefully I've got these cocked the right angle. I saw a couple different videos and they had a few different pitches. We'll just start with that, see where it goes. Got all the hubs completely rebuilt. I've got them covered, discs on, new bearings and seals and races. And yeah, I'll probably have to go over this one more time. It just barely, my first 2 coats didn't quite cover very perfectly, and I waited 5 days, came back, hit it again, get a nice hot coat on there, and it just barely started spidering. So if you're ever using this stuff, you really almost, if you've got your initial coats on in your first half an hour, after that, you really have to leave it alone for like a week or so for it to really set up. I waited 5 days. It still just started to lift. You could probably see it in here a little bit. Like compared to this is just perfectly glossy. That's how it's supposed to look. This was just barely lifting, and yeah, I mean, it's under the truck, it's an axle, it's like, what do you do? Just try and get, when you're using the Pour 15, get it in the first 2 coats and soak it down, and then don't touch it. Don't try and recoat it. You're going to regret it. You're going to hate life unless you wait a long time in between. So I'll put this on the truck most likely. I'll wait maybe a month or so, and then I'll come back and I'll just re-hit this. I'll mask this off and re-hit that, but whatever. I was going to put everything together as it sits and then go put it under the truck, but as it sits, I could lift this without the gears in there and without the pinion and the ring and everything. I could lift it myself, carry it around, do whatever. With it in there, dude, this thing weighs a ton, just as it is. So I'm not going to add, I mean, literally those hubs are, gosh, they're like 40 pounds a piece. And then you throw the axles in. I mean, you're looking at, you know, 100, 150 more pounds. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it as light as possible so we can wheel it out, get it out of here, put it under the truck, and then we'll put the rest of the stuff on. So this is how it sits until it goes under the truck. So this might be the end of this video for now. I'll do another video when it's under the truck and in. And tell you what I think. I do have all the parts out. It's kind of just really nice. They've got everything you can need. This is all the emergency brake kit, all the brackets, just everything. Really great. Again, a lug nut, 4x4 is where I got the conversion kit from. And then I'll probably do a video before we finish this on. You can see I'm painting some stuff up here. We're doing crossover steering. Here's one of the crossover components. I'll link where I'm getting all that stuff. It'll be a completely separate video. I'm painting everything up over here. And then, of course, the new reed knuckle that I need to do the crossover with the 10 bolt. And I've got my Redhead power steering box, 2-wheel drive, which is what you need for that. And then in the other room I have the Davis off-road track bar. So yeah, that'll be fun. Just wanted to do another video, show you guys where this is at. It's looking really good, obviously. 14 bolts are amazing. And yeah, hopefully we got those gears set up good and everything goes smooth. That's it. Talk to you again soon.